Go live.
Hello, I'm here. I got it together. I know I said 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, but you know, I was trying to finish up a call, and then every time people get on, they start mess with their hair. I was trying to finish up a call, and then I finished the call, and then I started thinking, man, should I not? But the thing is, I have been saying that I wanted to go live regularly, and so I am challenging myself because I know this is something I don't do often. I definitely have to do it more, and so I'm definitely going to. So, hello, happy Monday to you. Today is Monday, July 27th. So please join me. Please come on in for those of you who are watching, and then please just click that share button and share and let folks know that I'm here. I'm going to talk about some things that's happening on today's headlines and give some etiquette tips and advice and go from there. So I'll just wait a few seconds until everybody comes in. Well, not until a few more people come in. So share, let folks know that I'm here, okay? I don't do this too often. So let's see. Am I on live?
I don't see it. Which one are you under?
I'm on Elaine Swann.
Okay.
So I have some, yay! I have a few more people joining me. Hello! So happy. Okay, and I'm looking here at my laptop because my laptop, I'm going to talk about some of today's headlines and stuff that's going on in the news, and maybe even take a few questions from you. I think I might have to push this back just a little bit. I don't want to be that person that, yeah, it's there. Okay, that's good, right? So, coming to you from, I'm at home, obviously. If you see what I live with, this is always, you know, I guess it's what I signed up for. I guess it's what I signed up for when I married a musician. That's what happens when you become a groupie. Oh, there's my mommy. My picture of my mom. She's over my shoulder, just looking at me over my shoulder. At any rate, please hit the share button. Let folks know that I am going live right now. I would love to talk with you and to share, and I'm going to be talking about some things that are going on in our world right now, and just have a nice little chit chat. So let's see if I can do one thing here, just in case someone wants to hop in on the discussion. How are you today? Let me know if you're here. So do me a favor. Will you please just let me know what city you're in, where you're watching from? I'd love to know who has joined us and what city you're in. So just go ahead and type in really quickly. Let me know what city you're in, and then we'll go from there. All right. I hope everything is well and that you're doing well today. So let me know what city you're in. Hit it up, hit it up, hit it up. What's the matter?
I can't find you.
Oh, okay. Mr. Swan is trying to hop online, and he says he can't find me online. Oh.
Are we friends?
It's my Facebook fan page.
Oh.
I said that 3 times. All right. Yeah, so anyway, that's it. Hello, I hope all is well. I hope you are doing well. Well, there's really a lot going on in our world today, and I just have so much to share about so many different subjects, but for right now, I'll just try to keep it down to just a couple little things. First and foremost, I'm putting forth an effort to try to challenge myself to go live at least once a week, just so I can kind of talk with you and share with you and get some feedback on how you're doing, and you know, just really see, you know, if they're the best way that I can try to help you be the best you are. One of the things that people often ask me about etiquette is they say, you know, is etiquette really, you know, is it really a bunch of rules and that sort of thing. What are all the rules of etiquette that I have to follow? That, and there definitely are some guidelines, and I don't like to always use the word rules, but there are some guidelines that we should use every day in all sorts of situations in our daily lives, in our professional lives, in our personal lives. And I tell you, people often say, "Oh my gosh, etiquette is such a lost art." And I say often, it's really not lost. I mean, maybe the very formal training of it in terms of going through a formal rite of passage as you get into, transition from one stage of life to another, with that being a social requirement. That's the part of it that I would suppose is no longer a trend. But the fact that we expect people to behave a certain way, that we expect people to show respect, honesty, and consideration to others. I believe that we all still expect that to be part of our everyday lives, whether we're at home, whether we're online, whether we're at work, whether we're in line at the grocery store, the bank, or what have you. So we expect those sorts of things, right? So that part hasn't gone away. That part of etiquette has not gone away. It's always with us. And so that's why I remain busy. That's why this business, this industry continues to grow. I mean, I just did an interview today with Brides Magazine, and tomorrow I have an interview with the New York Times. Why? Because it's relevant. It hasn't gone away, and people really do want to know how to conduct themselves in a variety of situations. And so my goal is to try to help equip and empower people to be their best selves and to grow. So I want to talk about something that I saw in the headlines, and I don't know. I don't. A lot of times I don't always comment on things on social media. I'm very, very careful about doing so because I just don't want to get into a fight with people on social media. That's my thing. I don't have time for it, and I don't want crazy stuff lingering. But there is something that I do want to talk about because this really troubled my heart recently, and it happened and then it went away because just like any other news cycle, stuff happens and then it goes away. But this really stood out to me, and it is the one time that I decided that I wanted to say something. I wanted to respond to the person who said it and just jump in on the conversation, and which is what they were doing. So there's this video recently, and I wish there was more that I could do as far as kind of showing this. But there was a video recently of some young girls who were at an airport in, I think it was Philadelphia airport. And they were tearing up the airport. They were throwing water bottles, and they were throwing paper and lunch boxes and so on and so forth, and cursing at the gate agents, right? And then, two of them, one of them ran over and started fighting, and another one ran over, and they all started fighting and carrying on and acting. It was really, really disheartening to see, right? And they were young girls, obviously. They were young black girls, and they fought the gate agents. They all were arrested, and, for everything from, assaulting the person to disorderly conduct. When you misbehave in the airport, it really can go into the direction of federal. So I don't know what's happened as far as federal crimes are concerned. I was a flight attendant for 10 years for Continental Airlines, and I recognize that there is there's a federal mandate. So these young girls went AWOL, and they were fighting the gate agent, not each other, but they fought the gate agent. All right. So the thing that troubled my heart, not only was it seeing these young girls behave like this, right? But it was what was posted on social media. So this person that I know personally, he posted on social media and he said, look at these animals. He says, we complain about everything else, yet are we going to not complain about this or not say anything? Should these girls get away with it? And a lot of people jumped on and started having, giving their opinion and so on and so forth. Some people said, the airline was, what was the airline? The airline was Spirit Airlines. And they said, I've flown on Spirit too. And they've made me want to, go ham like that as well. And then, the guy responded and said, well, is there any excuse? So the whole thing was, we're really upset with the way people are behaving, right? And when young black girls do this, should we let them get away with it? The part that troubled my heart was the fact that he referenced these young girls as animals. I didn't like that. I did not like that at all, because we are all human beings. We're all human beings, and especially for him as a black man to call these young black women animals. So I didn't like that, and I didn't think it was fair. So I wrote back, and he said, weigh in on the conversation. So I'm putting my glasses on because I'm gonna share with you what I said in the thing. I did not like it. I did not feel like it was fair. INSTI. See, I can't do two things at once. I didn't feel like it was fair. I didn't think it was a fair assessment. And so I'm going to read to you what I posted, because like I said, normally, I don't, get involved with online conversations. I try not to, because sometimes you just end up going down a deep, deep rabbit hole, and I did not want to do that. But I do want to tell you what I did say, and see what your thoughts are. So first of all, before I share with you, of course, I'm telling you, I didn't like the word animals. I didn't like that. But their behavior, I want to know your thoughts. So go ahead and chime in while I look for it. I'm going to see if I can find it, and I will tell you exactly what I said. Where is this thing? Can you help me find his Instagram?
What's the name of it? Want to use my phone?
Yeah, just go straight to his page. So anyway, so that's what happened. So these young girls at the airport, Spirit Airlines, they went crazy, started fighting the gate agent, throwing stuff at them. And then one girl even stole their phone. And the question is, we're all very passionate right now about calling out people's bad behavior. Do we call out these young girls' bad behavior, and what's the deal, right? I'd like to go to his page.
Who page are you looking at? Oh.
And so my thing was, I definitely did not like the fact that he called them animals, because I don't think we should get to the point to where we're starting to call young black women animals. That's not it. It's the guy that we know that takes pictures and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to say his name online.
Oh, I don't.
You know who I'm talking about, because I mentioned it the other day.
Okay.
He takes photos and videos.
Photos and videos.
For famous people. And you met him.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. All righty. Okay.
I know a lot of people.
All right. So I apologize. I was just trying to get my husband to help me out. So here's my take. I do not condone bad public behavior. That's for sure. I don't think we should that none of that is acceptable, and I do think that type of behavior should be dealt with in the proper manner. Okay, I feel that for sure, absolutely for sure. What I do not agree with is I do not agree with calling these girls animals, because they're not animals, they're young black women. So what I said in this particular instance, I can't find the post now, but what I said in this particular instance is I said, these young women, because, here's another thing. A lot of people were saying, well, this is what happens when you ain't never been nowhere and that sort of thing. And that is probably very much the case. These young women probably have not had the opportunity to go somewhere, to fly out of state or what have you. And they don't realize that there is, you cannot act the way you do in your, kind of your own community, if you will. You cannot do that. In the same, you cannot do that sort of thing in this instance, right? You can't do that. When you go out and you're around people, you have to carry yourself in a certain way. And more likely than not, these girls had no training, no teaching, no coaching, no education, no mentorship on how to behave when you are traveling or whenever you're in public. Just because somebody makes you angry, if it's a delayed flight, or if they're charging you too much for the flight, or whatever it is, that you just can't do certain things. You just cannot behave that way. So that's where I think they are. I think that's where they, what they're lacking, and it's really unfortunate. Now, here's the thing: according to what we're told, these girls, they did get arrested. One of them stole the gate agent's phone. And so I do believe, and this is what my point was, I do believe that they should definitely, justice should be served in terms of the fact that you cannot steal. You cannot fight a gate. You can't beat somebody up or attack somebody physically. And you shouldn't be throwing things at people publicly, throwing things at people and then disrupting the public. It's against the law. It's just against the law, period. So definitely they have to be dealt with as far as that's concerned. Now, to what extent these young ladies do not deserve a life sentence. They do not deserve to, go through the rest of their lives, because these were young girls, late teens, early 20s. They don't deserve to have a life sentence that's going to prevent them from growing and thriving and, from learning and growing and thriving in the everyday world, right? So you handle the criminal activity, if you will, you handle the unlawful activity, right? That's attacking somebody, and that is stealing of the phone, and that is the public disruption. So you handle that sort of thing, right? But then from there, do something to help them. There's a reason why these young ladies did not understand that as angry as you become, you cannot do this. You cannot behave this way. So that's where the mentorship comes in. That's where the coaching comes in. That's where the training comes in. And so, I pray that they will get that's what will happen as far as they're concerned, that they will get some sort of mentoring and coaching, because it's just not the way to behave. But we can't throw these girls away. We cannot throw them away and call them animals. We cannot throw them away and say it's an embarrassment, because that's what one of the things that was said, that it was an embarrassment. We can't do that to our young people. We have to help them, throwing them away, putting them in our broken judicial system is not the answer. So yes, unlawfulness, absolutely deal with it. There's nothing, I'm not discounting that, because I do think we do have to follow the laws of the land. But throwing them away and saying that, they're animals and that they're an embarrassment is not necessarily the thing to do. So I wanted to kind of share that with you as far as my heart is concerned. So what do we do then? What do we do when we see this sort of thing happen, right? I have the pleasure and the honor to talk with a group of people every single week. And they are individuals who are owners of Swann schools. So whether you know this or not, we're so fortunate that we have 20 independently owned and operated Swann schools throughout the country. I've been blessed to be able to expand this business and to have people who are working in this business. So every Monday we have a call, motivational call. And one of the things that we talked about today, I always try to make sure that, we share information and we give whatever information to help them build their business, because that's why we're connected. But I always make sure to try to end the call with something that is motivational. And a lot of times it's about everything that we can do with ourselves and for ourselves and so on and so forth. But today I shared something, and I stated that it's good to look for someone that you can motivate, someone that you can pour into, someone whose life you can pour into. We do all of this stuff. We go to courses and classes, and we read and we study and we take and we take and we study and we take and all this stuff to upbuild ourselves. For what? Why do we do all of this? So that we can be better? Yes, absolutely. So we can be better. When we go through things in life, why do we go through these things? when we come out on the other side and we're better and we're faster and we're stronger and we're more intuitive and we got our stuff together and everything, why do we go through this stuff? It's not so that we can keep everything to ourselves and just be better and do better and keep doing better, but it's also so that we can pour into somebody else's lives. And, there are three types of very powerful type relationships that we should have to help upbuild and grow and have good balance as a person. One is a mentorship where someone's, where we are a mentee, someone's mentoring us. They're pouring into us and they're sharing, and I get lots of that where people, reach out to me and I spend a lot of time, where I'm, where people, people who are being mentored by me. And then the other one is that peer-to-peer relationship that, you're folks that you link up with and, you link together and you're working together and you building together and you're high-fiving each other and add a girl thing. And, so that's a good relationship to have as well, because we don't want to be out here in this thing by ourselves. And then the third one, which I dug a little deeper into today, is that to where we are mentoring someone else. So we cannot, go through life building ourselves and growing and building ourselves and growing and all this wonderful stuff just to keep it to ourselves. At some point in time, you have got to pour into somebody else's life. Otherwise you're a glutton and you're full. So don't be so full. Pour some out into some other people. So for the folks who are in the Philadelphia area, reach out to these young girls. There's so many organizations and community organizations and civic-minded things. We see things like this happen in the news. Don't just shake your head and say, this is an embarrassment and these are animals, but really look at the people, behind it. My heart breaks for these girls. My heart breaks for them because they are young and they are ill-equipped to deal with conflict. There was obviously some conflict that took place and they didn't know how to deal with it. So their means of dealing with it was to fight, to throw things, to curse, to grab the person's phone and all that. And then now you got a case. So it's the mentorship that can help them. Reach out to them. When we see things like this happen in our community, don't let it be a shaking our head moment, but instead, allow it to be a type of moment to where, I'm sorry, I didn't turn my thing down. Allow it to be one of those moments where you're reaching out to somebody and helping them. We are blessed to be a blessing to others. And that's why God blesses us, and so we have to share and give out of our abundance. Now, if you're not ready yet, right, that's where that out of our abundance part comes in. The out of our abundance means the Lord blesses us, and as he fills us with wisdom and knowledge and understanding, and we get to that point, then we can pour into others. But if you're at the point to where you're still trying to make that, connect and get that strong foundation, it's okay. Maybe it's not your time yet. You still have to kind of stay to yourself a little bit and grow and be filled. And that's all right. So don't run out there and try to help other people. Don't run out there and try to mentor to be a mentor to someone and you don't have it together for yourself. Here's the thing. I mentioned a little while ago that I was a flight attendant for Continental Airlines for 10 years. And one of the things that we'd have to say every time we were making our safety announcements is, should the mask deploy, right? Should the cabin pressure change and the mask deploy? We ask that you please put on your mask first and then help the person next to you. And so that's what that is when I say, get it together for yourself first, get filled first. Put on your mask first. Make sure that you are able and that you are ready and that you are full enough, that the Lord has blessed you out of your abundance to be able to help somebody else. But don't do it if you're still broken and growing. And that's okay. It's okay to be broken, and it's okay to still, be at different growth points and things like that, because that's just what life looks like. But put on your mask first and then help somebody else, all right? When you see young people in your community that can use your expertise and your help, reach out and help. Don't call them animals. Don't say you're embarrassed. Don't write them off, but do what you can to help. Whether that means you connect with a nonprofit, and maybe that nonprofit will connect with those young people and bring you in and share. Whether you reach out to them individually on your own, don't throw them away. Even if that means writing a handwritten letter and somehow getting that to them and having them read it. But don't throw our young people away, because they are our future. And we have to do everything we can to invest in them and not throw them away. That's it for today. I just wanted to hop on and share my heart. So I'm going to make a commitment to you. I'm going to make a commitment to come back and be with you next Monday. All right. Same time, 4 o'clock. I'm going to make a commitment. I'm challenging myself. I'm sharpening my skills to get on and to do this, because I, am blessed to do media and so on and so forth, but it's not too often I get to get on and talk to you. So I want to make a commitment to start doing that every Monday. Okay. So I will see you next Monday. Before I go, I do want to share with you that we are hosting a free online event this Wednesday, the 29th of July. I'll be working alongside of the other Swann School owners, a group of the Swann School owners who will be talking about the racial divide in our country. And we're going to give you some great information and great tips on how you can catapult this conversation, how you can navigate this conversation. We're going to give you some tools, some actual takeaways, so bring pen and paper so that you can learn. So visit my website, elaineswann.com, to register for the event. It's absolutely free, so register so that we can send you the link so you can join us. And that's it. But again, my final thought for today is don't throw away our young people. They are our future, and we have to equip them with what they need. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you next Monday. Take care.